Hi everybody, here's Christian, and let us gush all over you.
Well, this time, Christian, I'm going to be a little bit of Waluigi.
Oh.
I'm going to be a little...
It's going to be so
controversial opinion.
She's going to be negative Nancy. Are you prepared for this Cthulhu?
I mean, if he's got valid points, which there are a number to make, I'll accept them.
But first, let us take a look at what kind of quest we're going to fight today in our Let's Play of Monster Hunter Generations.
It's going to be the Marshlands Rag. We're going to hunt a bunch of large monsters. It's Bullfango, Narjala, and Durumbros, all in the swamp. Okay. It's from the Solitary Composer. Can you hear that? The perfect melody of wildlife in the marshlands. Bull drum footsteps, Narjala rustles through the treetops, and the bass-like drumming of a Durumbros. Bravo! Bravo!
That I like how you captured the spirit.
It was
of
very
this person.
good. That was clearly rehearsed, and
definitely.
Nope,
I like it. It was good.
Well, he's a natural for sure. Something before. So you, Shepard, you want to talk about negative things about Nintendo Switch? Something I found hilarious before we go into that is that if you plug in the Switch using the USB-C cable into a MacBook, it charges the MacBook.
It steals the power.
Yeah.
So stupid.
Is that the Switch's problem or the MacBook's problem?
It's probably USB-C.
It's likely the MacBook.
Probably because Nintendo's
because USB-C does a smart connection.
That's not smart.
To determine
that was not smart.
No.
Right.
The Switch, the Switch should never be configured to charge anything else, right? That should not.
Well, and not through the USB-C at least.
Yeah.
Because it still has to charge the Joy-Con.
Yeah, but those are on the sides. So I want to.
Yeah.
I want to talk a little bit about Zelda now that Cthulhu's had his opportunity.
Okay.
And I do want to go out in front of this and say that I enjoy the game.
Okay.
I also want to go out and say that the last Zelda I enjoyed was the Wind Waker. Right? And then I tried to play the DS games. I disliked all of them very much.
Really?
The DS one's not good. I have not played A Link Between Worlds. So I've heard that one was good, so maybe I would enjoy that one. But out of all of them, this has been the best. So I want to go out and say it is certainly better, and it's certainly the direction that they needed to go with Zelda.
So to you, this is the best Zelda since your best Zelda, which was Wind Waker.
Since the Wind Waker, yep, yep. So, again, not to be taken like, immediately I hate Shepard. Shepard must die. What is wrong with this man?
Yeah, these days you have to be really careful with whatever criticism you formulate against anything game related. It's kind of impossible to be like to be critical of the stuff that you love.
So I want to talk a little bit about some of the core systems in Zelda that makes it the game it is. And just not why they're bad necessarily, but why sometimes maybe they weren't possibly refined. Like I could see like the next game that is clearly going to be in the spirit, like what they should improve or what they should have improved this time around, okay? So, and again, game looks great. Love the way it looks. They've done a great job. Looks good. Okay. All right. So all that's out of the way. All right. So let's get into the open world design and like this map. All right. You've got this whole setup where you've got a little map and you mark things on your map. And like kind of like weird things about it is as much as you mark those things.
This is gonna hurt.
Oh yeah. Sometimes those things don't stay there, right? So, like, you've got the ability to quick put these lights up on the map, and sometimes you walk near them and they just disappear automatically, which is, like, not good, because, like, you might run past something and want it to stay there, and then it's gone. So, like, you got to remember to go back in. I guess they figured once you walk near it, like, you're good?
So, this is a poor design that they don't, actually, like, relate very well, but the colored beams are temporary. There's like 6 of them. But then if you go and actually use the like actual pins with like the treasure chests and stuff, those are permanent.
So it's like it makes me wonder, like, why can't they just be permanent? You know, why do I gotta go in and repeatedly do that? And like, this is like a small criticism, but I'm gonna get into the heavy stuff afterwards. So that was weird.
It's a weird one. I understand like part of it. I understand why is because they use those pins more as waypoints.
Yeah. They're gonna guide me to get to the thing, and then maybe I can go in and do my map again. All right. Well, I don't like that. Make it permanent, and then let me remove them if I want. Yeah. All right. Now this other thing. This is an open world, right? And your only way of like making money is through taking monster parts, essentially, or things you find and selling them. You know, which is fine, except, you know, the only other way to make things is to take your parts and throw them into a pot. And that system there is also really weird because, like, say you've got an apple, you've got a mushroom, and you've got a piece of meat. Every single time you want to turn that into something that you're going to eat, you got to go into a menu. You got to click on a thing. You got to say hold. You got to grab 2 other things. You got to get out of the menu. You got to press A to cook. You go to an animation. Press X to skip the animation. And then it says, okay, this is what you made. All right, now you're going back to a menu. Okay, now you're going to grab a thing. You're going to say hold.
It's very
now you're going to grab 2 other things.
Yeah.
All right, and then you're going to go in and you're going to say drop it. And then you're going to go through a cooking animation. And it's going to say this is what you made. And then you're going to go back and you go back into a menu. And you're going to grab a thing. And you're going to say hold. And you grab the 2 other. You see where I'm going here? I've spent several minutes making kind of a stack of healing things. Yeah. You know, just like say look, I've got 40 fucking apples, okay? I've got 40 meat. I've got 40 mushrooms. All right? I do not have 40 minutes. I do not have 40 minutes to cook roasted meats. Guys, we killed it. All right, it's dead.
Yeah.
It's dead.
I completely agree on that one. I wish it was a case where when you go to cook, there's a button you can press at that cook pan to hit cook, and then it just takes you to the menu, and you put what you want, and then you're done.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
But but the hold is still good because of the fact that you can, you know, drop things to like lure the enemies in, or throw things on open flames to, you know, bake them. So
how about when you're next to a pot, you press A, it says cook, and then you put in the number of ingredients, and you say cook this 10 times.
That's all I want.
Yeah, like I mean, Monster Hunter did the same thing. Whereas, like, I think in the early Monster Hunters, like there was like this quality of life, the interface stuff was missing.
Yeah, but it's 2017. All right, we know this. All right, you can go to your rice roast right now and cook 10 meats. And you go back and like those are all good.
And also, it's you know, it's Nintendo. They should be able to polish this kind of stuff.
Part of my thought on why they did it is because so much in the game is invested around just taking the time to enjoy the scenery.
Yeah, the scenery looks real awesome when it's hidden behind a background of your tiles of materials that you're staring at for 10 minutes as you cook up a bunch of meats. Okay.
But
all right, hold on. I'm not done. I'm still going, man. I'm still rolling.
Keep going.
So
I agree so far.
The weapon system. Okay. You can upgrade your weapon holding so that you can upgrade more weapons. I've done that several times, and it still feels as if I never have enough room in my inventory for more than one weapon that I'm willing to use. It is like I don't. Maybe later on, it's better, but like I am constantly like, I gotta have my good weapon. I gotta have the weapon I can use on trashy enemies. I gotta have my weapon I can use to hit things from far. I gotta have the thing I could use to set things on fire. I gotta have all these things, and like I gotta have my hammer to break minerals. I gotta have this. It's like that leaves me enough room for like one freaking arm to like hit things with all the time because I'm just racked with anxiety over how many things I can hit. The system's it's not bad, but give me more space to begin with.
I've only upgraded once, and there are times I feel like I'm congested, but I don't feel that way much.
Squatty Potty.
I don't I'm always changing weapons. Like, it's basically like, as long as I have something to deal with the next group of enemies, I'm going to pick up.
Part of the thing is I'm going full shepherd. I'm going into spots that God did not intend for you to go.
Oh, okay? I did too.
Squatty Potty.
I mean, I was like maybe 3 hours in. I decided to go to the castle, and oh my word. But then while you're there, you're like, oh, look, I found this thing on the ground. This will get me through the next encounter. And in that encounter, I got more weapons.
Yeah, well, I'm just not feeling it. Okay, so let's go into this. This game was in development for 4 years.
Yep.
Okay, they had 4 years to create varied enemy design. And they've got some okay enemy design, but you know what it is? Here's a moblin. Here's a red moblin. Here's a blue moblin. Here's an orange moblin. Here's a skeletal moblin. Like, you've got 4 effective reskins of the same monster that you will see for like leagues of areas.
Yeah.
And then you've got like here's a green lizard man. Here's a red lizard man. Here's an orange lizard man. Here's a skeletal lizard man. Like,
here's one with armor.
Here's one with armor. You know, like Dark Souls can do it. I mean, Dark Souls has like new enemies every single area. It seems like, feels like.
Yeah.
You know, so you know you've got. I mean, and look, the enemies are smart and they're fun to fight against. And in a group, they do some really cool stuff that's really fun to see. But to me, it's just kind of strange, you know, where it's like I feel like I'm surrounded by an army of the same thing virtually all the time. And like I know there's different types of enemies when you start going to other areas, but like
not really.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. So it's like you've got so much space, and yet it's almost always filled by the same stuff, almost all the time. Okay. All right. Now I want to say a compliment, and then I want to say something that's not a compliment. Okay. The fact that you could literally run from one side of the world to the other, and not see a loading screen, is pretty cool. You know, you can't tell that there's any loading at all, no matter how fast you're going, no matter how far you're going, nothing like that. Mm-hmm. However, when you do see a loading screen, like,
oh God.
Get a drink. Get a drink. Because when you're teleporting, or whether you're dying, or whether you're going into a little shrine, of which there are many, or whether you're leaving a shrine, which is every time you go into a shrine, you know, you've got 20 to 30 seconds long where you're just like, you're chilling. And it's like, you know, there's no music. You've got a couple hints, like you're mashing the A button for like whatever reason, like give me something to do.
Like, let me read another line of text. Give me something new.
Tell me again, you know, how I could shield slide, which by the way, it's like, that's like the most hidden maneuver in the world. And it sucks that it hurts your shields. You know, you got this badass thing you could do to help make travel more fun, and it hurts your shields. Take that out, Nintendo. Assholes. Like, I want to windsurf.
Wow.
Okay,
you can tell that Shepard is really emotionally involved in all of this, because, man, he is... Language, Shepard, language.
Well, look.
Here's the thing. A true fan of anything is also its biggest critic.
That's true.
I'm still enjoying the game. I still played it for 15 to 20 hours. You know, it's great, but it's like these little things for me are adding up, and like I got to go into dying. Okay, the people are not joking when they're saying it's the Dark Souls of Zelda, because you will die. I don't care how good you are at games. You are going to die a lot.
Yeah.
Like a whole lot. Like, especially until you start getting some good armor, which I do not have. Like, I've got the most barely upgraded armor in the world, and like I'm going around and like almost everything is one-shotting me, which is making me like the goddamn Christian of this series here, because like I am like the beast. Well, things don't hit me. I hit them a million times. I'm getting really good at parrying and dodging and like doing whatever the flurry attack. Yeah. Like I'm going beast mode.
Things hit really hard.
Things hit
in this
hard.
game. Because I've got 8 hearts now.
Yes, you did it, Shepard.
And
I'm going.
I've got basically one of the more higher defense armors, and you know, had temporary hit points of like an extra 5, so I had like 13 hearts, good defense armor, and things will still like 1-2 shot me. regularly, and not even again, not even on difficult areas, like in the areas that are along the main quest line.
Like I'm happy the game is difficult. Okay, that is not a criticism at all. It's when you die and you're waiting for 20 to 30 seconds watching a loading screen. So
there's a loading screen every time you die. Oh,
yeah, that's the criticism. I want that to be clear. I think the design around the difficulty is great. I think it's about time we had a difficult Zelda game. You know,
is there an annoying tutorial Navi style kind of thing?
No.
None.
There is an actual lack of tutorial in this game. The only time you get tutorials on like how to do things really is when it becomes part of like a shrine, and that's it.
Yeah, no, they did it perfect. I mean, this is thank God for this, because like everybody, like the biggest benefit to the game, and I think why it's gotten such good reviews, is this subtle thing where everybody just wants Navi to shut the hell up so they can start playing Zelda. Right? Yeah. And the game does a fantastic job of just saying, all right, you're playing Zelda now. Have fun.
Okay, so from the very first moment, you're like
almost immediately
there.
You know, and another fun thing it does is you're given basically all the tools you needed to play the game almost right away.
Yeah.
So there's no like unlocking, and now the real Zelda begins. You know.
You will unlock. So the starting area, there are certain things that you should do to really do everything, and you'll have everything at the entire toolkit you will need to do everything in the game unlocked within probably an hour and a half.
Yeah, that's a good estimate. You know, there's upgrades and there's other side grade abilities and stuff like that you can get, but the core set is obtained very early, which again is great because now you just play Zelda.
Yeah. Now, this is my one complaint.
I'm glad how I'm pulling you over to the complaint train.
While the annoying low health noise is gone, that stupid sensor is so irritating.
You can turn it off, you know.
I can't even figure out how to set it back to shrines. I have it tracking a boss just so it never beeps anymore.
You can you can turn it off, and you can set it to go back. I wish it was a little bit more helpful, because put a little arrow, maybe.
Yeah,
it could be a little bit more clear, I think.
It's like literally I'll be running around in circles trying to figure out what direction it's trying to tell me to go into for like 5 minutes. They were saying in the lead up to the game, there's like 100 of those things. 120 is what I've been.
So you know, yeah, you don't need to hide them.
And some of them are really hidden. Like there is one that I think I can finally go see because I did something in a quest that was like someplace you couldn't get to when I first saw it.
We can get off the complaint train now.
We have arrived at the complaint station.
Yeah, we could stop.
Clearly, there's some more stuff we want to discuss. So maybe there's going to be even another episode of us discussing the Switch and the new Zelda game. So I hope you will join us next time around. And as always, good luck and good hunt.
That stupid
Can
data
I
load noise.
Omnitoad says open map and press Y.
Yeah, full disclosure, the little buzzing from the fan may have made me a little bit more angry than it.
Than the game itself.
It may have tainted my experience.
Kind of primed you already.
Keep bouncing off those horns? Squatty Potty's like a mind's eye oil for your anus! Brought to you by Squatty Potty!